What's happening, everybody? Matt here, but you can call me Matub, and welcome to Hottest Take of the Week, a show where I look at dumb stuff on the internet and we talk about it. Now, last week, I made a grave mistake. I reported on a story about Aaron Jones, and I didn't say,
"You done messed up, Aaron!"
So that's on me. I apologize. It won't happen again, I promise. Moving into our first story, Packers second-year cornerback Kevin King said on his Twitter, "I don't know if this is a popular or unpopular opinion, but the animated Mighty Ducks is way better than the real one." Shrugging emoji. No! No, Kevin. No. Kevin King was born in 1995. The animated Mighty Ducks series was born in 1996. It lasted for a grand total of 26 episodes, just over one season, before it was canceled. It was about a bunch of anthropomorphic ducks that went around fighting crime in a jet. And I believe they also played hockey, like when they weren't fighting crime. This is also loosely based on the series of movies about an alcoholic who coaches a children's hockey team. You know what? Honestly, maybe this take isn't so hot. Maybe they're both bad. Maybe if I really take my nostalgia glasses off, I can admit that both franchises are just awful. But the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, I'm glad that they came out of it, I guess. I don't know. Moving on to Minnesota, it looks like the Star Tribune got a hold of the Packers financial statement, and they are, how can I put this? I'm not going to say being dishonest, but they are framing the information in a way that suits the narrative that would fit a Vikings fan. Just this headline says, Green Bay Packers say missing playoffs hurt bottom line, which might be true. They also tweeted out the story saying the Green Bay Packers' losing season and failure to make the playoffs hurt the team's bottom line as profits fell 50%. Okay, so what that leaves out... Actually, no, I shouldn't say what that leaves out. That includes the information that the Packers turned a profit. It's just that profits were less than they were last year. So let's look at how they frame this in the story. The Packers announced a profit from operations of $34.1 million, a steep decline from the $65.4 million a year earlier. Expenses soared 11.9%, byproduct of player salaries, coaching changes, and travel costs. Revenue increased just 3.1% from $441.4 million to $454.9 million. Okay, So what this is saying is that the Packers made overall 3.1% more money than they did last year, even though they had higher expenses. So, Packers made money. All NFL teams make money. The Packers were given a check for almost, it was like $250 million just for existing. When people talk about how the NFL is hurting and ratings are down, they're not framing it from the whole story. If you look at TV ratings for everything are down. TV as a whole is being watched less. And when you look at it under the guise of the percentage of TV ratings that have fallen, the NFL is actually up. Similar situation here. The Packers have 50% less profit, but they're still turning a profit. It doesn't make any sense. You know what? I'm going to say it's dishonest to frame it in this fashion to support a narrative. Finding another story from within, we're going to talk about a Packers shareholder. Packers shareholder invites President Trump to annual meeting to discuss NFL protests. A guy by the name of Stephen Tiefenthaler, was that Tiefenthaler? Requested 3 minutes to speak at the annual shareholders meeting and even sent President Trump a letter asking to back him up. He wants to talk about what the anthem means to him. Look, man, I'm not going to get into the anthem protests and the politics of it, but what I am going to talk about is having the gumption to try and get 3 minutes in front of the shareholder meeting. In fact, I was joking with Zach Jacobson of Cheesehead TV the other day about like what we would do with 3 minutes in front of the shareholders, and he talked about how he would stand for Michael Clark, as is totally on brand for him. I don't know. I would probably I would probably like print out a giant Ted Thompson meme or something and say Baba Booey, I guess. I don't know. I think it would be a waste of time, and I can't believe he thought he could really get an audience. You know what though? It's kind of impressive that he thought that that was possible. So, my dude, Stephen Typhenthaler. Typhenthaler. That's a fun name to say, and I'm also probably saying it wrong. Stephen Typhenthaler, for thinking that you are worth 3 minutes of the shareholders and the president Mark Murphy's time, you get a 3. What the hell was a 3? You know what? I think this season I'm going to have new assignments for the numbers. So I'm going to say a 5 is Aaron Rodgers in a tuxedo, while a 1 is, you know what? I'm still going to leave that as McCarthy throwing a challenge flag because there is nothing less hot in the entire world. So for a 3, I'm going to say Jaire Alexander's eyes. So Stephen Typhenthaler, I give you 1 pair of Jaire Alexander's eyes for the hotness of your take. Well, guys, short video this week. I know. I don't have a whole lot to rant about, and I'm really more just giving you some kind of news. But this format means that I'm going to be able to do videos every single week if I keep them just a little bit shorter. And I know you guys want quantity over quality, right? That's how it works. No, but for real, I appreciate every single view. I appreciate every single comment. I always read them. I love interacting with you guys. Keep sending me hot takes on Twitter. And a special thanks to Acme Packing Company's old John Meerdink, who's been DMing me hot takes all week. John was a big help putting this video together. Well, guys, that'll do it for me. As always, I'm Matt, but you can call me Matub, and go Pack Go.